I'm still stuck at home. So now the question is, what does the government have to do in order to make our lives better? Is it vaccination, mental health, education, or unemployment? From my research and finding, I can say that it's unemployment or the economic issue comes before everything else, and here's why. The coronavirus vaccination should be released by end of this year and supposedly be ready for distribution by the start of 2021. So it would make the most sense to have the vaccination ready as soon as possible and have our life back to normal as soon as possible, right? Here comes the catch though. The vaccination industry is owned by this Ford company who owns 85% of the market share, and Pfizer is one of them. So oftentimes newer vaccines are released less universally, and the reason for it being, according to Oxford Analytica, is that the need of return on the R&D investment. And if we look at the economic trend of the United States right now, it could be said that affording a vaccine for the largest superpower in the world would be a harder task. So that's why I say, let's focus on the economy first and then focus on the vaccination. Many mental health professionals are claiming that during this unprecedented time, people are more frustrated, more stressed, and more anxious than ever they could be. And this is causing a lot of people to suffer from various mental illness. And those mental health professionals are demanding to the government that the government should focus more on their field and reduce the stress and anxiety among us people. And before I say anything about it, I do consider mental health issue to be a very big issue and something definitely to be looked on. But here's the thing, mental health illness, a lot of factors plays in that, and financial hardship is one of them. And there has been a lot of studies and research on it, and it is proven that people who are in financial hardship are more likely to be suffering from mental illness than anything else. So fixing the economy or the current economic situation with the unemployment and everything could be a factor that plays in people's stress and anxiety. So ultimately we could come to a conclusion that fixing the economy would help people's mental health, and then we focus the rest leftover funding on mental health issues. Many teachers, parents, and even students are complaining about the new method of education and saying that this online format or the hybrid format of education is really not beneficial for the students. And it might seem true, but here's the thing. A lot of companies nowadays like Facebook, Apple, Dropbox has recently announced that they're looking at future in the virtual workplace, which is completely working from home. So if students are not getting used to this kind of formatting of education, and in the future their workplace is completely virtual, then it wouldn't really make sense to have a successful career life if they can't figure out how to do online working. So I think if we consider that, we can come to a conclusion that this kind of education formatting is actually beneficial for the students. And there has also been a lot of research that online education is not as useless as people think it is. I'll drop some of the statistics here. And with that being said, I can come to the conclusion that economy should be focused before education, just because education in alternate format is not really a big deal as it's thought to be. Now, the question is, how did the government fix the economy? Well, three things that the government should look into right now is number one, strictly imposing restriction on social interaction. Um, Point number two would be to protect financial risk by stepping in and paying a large portion of wages to those who are at risk of losing their job. And the last thing that the government should consider doing is securing the future of companies, particularly the small and medium enterprises that play such an important role in the economy so that they're ready to meet the demand that will someday return. And if the government does it and makes the right judgment, we are hoping that the economy gets going up and our lives gets better as things go back to normal eventually. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you gain some knowledge and have a wonderful day.